Apple AirPods, when are they going to be waterproof, dude?
That's what you open up with?
Yeah.
You're like, I need to swim in my AirPods.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Oh.
Like, when can I do that?
Okay. I think you can shower with them.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I think you can.
No.
The newer ones, the pros.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have like they're water resistant.
Water resistant. They're not waterproof.
No.
I can't. Because like my new watch, I can go swimming with that on, the 6.
Oh, really?
You can go swimming with the 6, but you can't with like the AirPods.
Yeah, because it doesn't have the little fan inside that the watch does.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only use for that would be swimming?
No. Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, so should they make like, I think they should make like Olympic ones for like swimmers and then like come out with that sponsorship.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Who would be the sponsorship for that?
I have no idea. I
Really?
do not follow swimmers.
No, I don't either. The first person that came to mind was Michael Phelps, but like,
Didn't he
can't
retire?
imagine Phelps like listening to music.
Didn't he retire?
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't heard about
still,
him in
it'd
years.
be like, retired people still can do things.
Yeah, but didn't he get in trouble for like...
Marijuana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That actually segues really nice into this one.
Oh, no.
Cannabis inhaler?
You're just like...
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just straight like dabs.
Yeah, and just, yeah. Because, like, why not, right? Like, dabs exist already. So, like, why wouldn't you just, like... and then you're just done. Like, just floored by the end of the night.
Okay, so... You're just like, I'm going to go get my inhaler, you know?
Exactly. Make inhalers cool again. Like...
Okay. Leo... Do you have an inhaler? What? Do you have an inhaler?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Let me close that door too.
I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
guys called me out.
Yeah, me too. It was important. I was hoping like anyone
Yeah,
out of the friend
inhaler?
group, he would have the inhaler.
Yeah. So
I feel
what? So you could just hit it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I want to know the power.
It's aggressive.
It is.
But I mean, like, you wouldn't, I don't know what you, right? I don't know enough about an inhaler to understand if it would work or not, but it seems like something that would be
I mean, isn't it just like
wild.
compressed air with medication in it?
Yeah.
So you could just do dabs.
Could you?
Could you?
Would you need a heating nail in the inhaler? I mean, at that point, it's just a dab pen. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest.
I mean, but you could like, that's like when they made those covers like that look like Coke cans for beers.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, these are for the average guy. Like, no, we're 16 and using those. Like, don't lie to me.
Are dab pens
What?
cannabis inhalers?
I mean, that would be a vape pen.
Could we just
basically.
rename it? Could we rebrand it?
We could.
Yeah.
To what?
So that you like, well, because like right now, right, it's like a pen that you're holding like this kind of a thing.
Mm.
What if we just change the way you're supposed to grip it so that like the only logical way to do it is like an inhaler?
Remember when people were getting gas masks and like
No.
they'd hook up their like bong to it?
Oh yeah,
And
okay,
then they're
yes,
like,
I do remember that.
I feel like I'm getting vibes.
I'm just like all that. That could be working back though. Have you seen the new masks where it's like a just like a face shield, but like just on your nose?
No.
Yeah, I've seen them at the restaurant.
People are getting a little carried away.
Yeah, well, it's interesting though because it looks like a little force field, like for your mouth, kind of a thing. Because like they took this big one where it's like this massive thing in front of you, and they made it just for your mouth.
I just, I've seen people with masks that like cut out the center and then put that plastic film over it.
Oh my god!
So you can see their mouth when they're talking.
No,
And I'm getting the same vibes.
that.
that.
Well, okay, this one's better because at least it's all clear. It doesn't
Okay.
have like the
Yeah.
weird like cut
You're
between
like
the two of them.
scotch tape over the just. Like,
That is
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Just looks jank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how.
It looks like something Dollar Tree would carry.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love Dollar Tree.
Love Dollar Tree. Amazing. Yo, C-137's a Dollar Tree. Great.
I had a guy told me that he bought his oil for his car from Dollar Tree.
Really?
Yeah, and yeah, he up his car. Like he just filled it with Dollar Tree oil. Do people actually like? That's the only person I've ever heard that like buys that.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't like. What do you think when you think Dollar Tree? Like motor oil, you're like.
Well, the first question that comes to mind for me is what kind of car takes that like as an actual like thing. Because like imagine reading a car manual and inside of it you get partway down on the oil part of the manual and it's like Dollar Tree 40W.
Like you could put the cheapest possible.
Still runs.
Dump her in.
She goes.
It's fine.
Yeah.
No, this doesn't work. Like
what car,
it just like
what car takes a beating though? Like could absolutely take that and just
I would say
shrug
like
it off like.
I would say a 96 Ford Ranger.
No. Ford Ranger.
Ford Ranger. I swear to God, nothing can kill Ford Rangers. Like they will never die. They will not.
We should send out that challenge then to all the Ford Ranger people. Hey, if you're out there, put Dollar Tree oil in your car.
I'm not sponsoring this.
Yeah.
I'm not. Don't do it, please. That would be so bad.
We could.
I wonder what it would like. I wonder why it's so cheap though. I wonder like who. I wonder if it's like. I don't. Well, okay. What's a Chevron?
It's rebranded.
I wonder if Chevron's
is
like
what it is.
we're just recycling this and then we'll just sell it in Dollar Tree.
Interesting.
Because you can bring recycled oil back to like these places and you have to pay them to recycle it. But whatever.
Oh, they're getting it on both ends.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which
It is oil.
I'm just gonna dump it. I'm sorry. Wow. I'm not gonna. Oh, okay. Let me pay $15 to be a good person. Like
this man doesn't care about the environment.
Listen, we're doing just fine.
Zero cares. Carbon footprint.
No,
massive.
we have like tubs
Absolutely.
of it. No,
size
okay.
13 Nike
no.
carbon footprint is what this man is working
Listen,
with.
okay, no, we just keep them in the tubs and put them in. Like we have like probably 20 that are just full of like old oil.
So you're an oil collector.
I mean, I'm not paying $15.
You have vintage oil, is what you're telling me.
Ooh, that's an Etsy thing.
Yeah. All you vintage oil collectors out there.
Is that a thing?
Hit up my boy.
You think that's a thing?
What, vintage oil collection?
Yeah, or like vintage gas.
I don't know.
Just
there
gas
must
from the
be,
50s.
Right? Like, why not? Like,
Does
what's
it
stopping
age?
anyone from being like, if it doesn't exist, I think it's just poor marketing. If it doesn't, right? Because you could solve that problem immediately with literally anything. You could be like, oh, if I just market this better, it could actually be something that people would get behind.
I feel like that's a good like storyline for like the next Cars movie. Like, oh, I'm an oil collector, and this guy like comes out and he's got like a winery full of just oil.
That would actually, it would.
Yeah.
That would actually be a really good one. Damn, okay. With McQueen still?
Yeah.
Because Owen
I mean, he's
Wilson,
rich.
Obviously.
He's rich. He's like, oh, yeah, wow.
Does the Cars franchise tie into Loki? It's
no.
Disney, right?
That doesn't tie in. There's no humans in Cars.
But it's still Disney, right? And it's Pixar, and there are humans in the Pixar universe, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And it's like a quantum verse that you're dealing with, so really all eventualities are possible within the timelines.
Yeah, because there's like Monsters Inc., which is like in line with like human timeline because of Boo.
Yeah.
Don't hurt my brain. Okay. I don't know. Wow. That's a 59 oil. Oh my God.
This is a 40W from 1959. Oh. I mean, when was the first oil made? Like,
probably.
Think of how vintage of oil you could have. Wow. There's got to be a museum with oil from like AD 1.
Wouldn't it like? I don't want. It's not going to evaporate, but wouldn't it just like solidify?
You mean like congeal? Probably.
Yeah,
I would think so.
So then you can only keep it. You know.
Well, it depends on what you're using. I mean, like, but if you heat it up again. Maybe.
Yeah, let me just pop this bitch in the microwave.
Yeah, exactly.
Beep beep.
Throw it in my car. Boy, she's running like a champ today. Ooh, this is.
Wow, nice. He's just.
Imagine rolling up. I know, right? It's fine. Imagine rolling up to like a car show and somebody being like, "Yo, your car sounds really good. What you got in it?" And you're just like, "Dude, it's the 47."
Don't create this. Don't create this.
The Shell 47, my guy.
No. Well, that would be pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, I'd be like, all right.
Yeah, you'd be like,
show me the can.
Well, you literally, right?
Yeah.
Well, because then you just do one-time runs of oil. Like you would run it through your car, and then you would literally empty it at the end back into this can that you would then put on a shelf much like you do. And then you'd have oil cellars, like as in like a wine cellar, but this would be like an oil cellar.
That'd be pretty cool.
Right? That you could walk through and you could see it all.
Yeah, that'd be decent.
Right?
Yeah.
Because it's becoming vintage at this point. Electric cars are coming into the scene. So gas is going
okay.
goodbye.
I was talking about your electric car the other day.
My Kia?
Yeah, you can only go 90 miles on one charge.
Yeah.
And it takes you how long to charge your car?
Like 20 minutes on a level 3, but like 12 hours on like a level 1.
Okay, so let's say you're completely got 1 mile left and you're just rolling into your charging station and you want to charge it all the way. How long would it take? So if you're at like, what's a level 1?
Level 1 is like 120 watts. So the equivalent of like what you plug your phone into in the wall. Okay, it takes like 12 hours.
Okay, so then is there a level 2?
Yes.
And that's the equivalent?
Like 4 hours.
And then a level 3?
20 minutes.
And what is that like equivalent to? Like a lightning shock?
Yeah, it's like a DC. So it goes alternating current for 120 and 240, right? Because those are like alternating is what you can plug your stuff into. That's the reason why you can't die by putting your finger in like one of the outlets. Like, or you shouldn't die, right? Is because the alternating current is it turning on and off, so you can pull your finger away in between because you're like, oh my god. But like, but a DC, right, direct current, if you were to touch something that's direct current, you're stuck to it because what would happen is the electricity would go into your finger, and because there's no alternating thing, the nervous system that you have is electrical, and so it locks your muscle in place so that literally unless another human being pushed you away, you would like be stuck there. And then that would kill you. Eventually.
Okay, so the one that will
Great
kill
story.
me
So
takes
yeah,
20 minutes to charge your car.
Yes.
Okay, but so I'm empty on gas and I fill up my car. It takes like 5 minutes tops.
In some places, see, no, I talked to my uncle about this because think about this, right? Okay. Think about the ones where you have to do that like safety pump thing, where it's for fumes, it takes 20 minutes for some reason, or like 10 minutes even. Like it takes like a really long time because it pumps super slow. Yeah. So that's just
but then
take that one into account. That's not all
my
of them,
car
to
gets
be fair. But like
But then like regular cars get like what's the average that they get on a full tank?
Oh, like 200, 300 miles.
I feel
like
somewhere
something around there.
Yeah. So do you think that the batteries that in your car are going to be so advanced? Because you can't charge on a level 3 all the time, can you?
No, I can. Yeah.
It's just not good for the battery, or does it matter?
That's fine for the battery.
Then why would they have the level 1?
Because it's like a convenience thing and plugging it in, and like you're not going to install a level 3 at your own home. The transformer that you need, the amount of power generation doesn't exist inside of like a regular residential thing. Like you would have to contract someone to come in and build that at your house. Like level 2 is your dryer and your washer and like all that stuff. And there's only a certain number of those that exist on your breaker. So yeah,
that makes sense. Do you think that they'll make cars in the future that have more mileage on it?
Because I think the battery technology will improve.
Right. So I was talking to my grandpa about this, and he's like Tesla, not that cool. And then he like sees his neighbor with a Tesla. He's like, whatever. Yeah. Like literally does not care. But he's like, I'm not buying one. But he said like, oh, maybe in 50 years. You'll buy one, and I was like, well, maybe. I don't know. Like, it depends.
Maybe in 2, Dad.
Maybe in, like,
Grandpa.
a few years, maybe.
Come on.
I don't know. I was like, I will buy a Cybertruck.
Maybe tomorrow.
Cybertruck.
Oh, I want one so bad.
I feel like we should get, like, a think tank one. Isn't that, like, a business expense?
I think so, yeah, because of weight capacity. I think you can pull that off.
Done.
Because, like, that's it.
Yeah, but, like, do you think Tesla's going to be, like, Tesla's going to be, like, the Chevy of, like, electric cars? Or do you think that Tesla's going to fall behind?
That comes down to marketing at the end of the day. I
they've
feel
got
like
Elon Musk.
That is 100% just like how they market. Yeah, but what happens when Elon's gone? Like, who's stepping into that? Because, like, we saw the exact same thing with, like, you're probably right. Like, right, assuming that, like, because AI technology right now and our stuff with programming, I've seen articles that are like, we might have found the secret to living forever. But you probably won't like it.
No,
like,
I'm not going to. Nope, I'm good.
The early one probably. But, I mean, if he continues kind of a thing, that's another one, right? Because, like, you could copy a person eventually down to a thing. But, like, knowing that he's dead, right? Because, like, imagine an AI takes over Elon Musk, right?
Yeah,
You
don't
just
do
say-
that to me when I die. Just let me die.
Yeah, well, see, that's another one, right? Of being like, is that you kind of a thing? Or
No.
how would that work? I could program myself, I feel like, pretty accurately.
No, I'm good.
It would take some time, but I could do it.
You could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how long that would take. Like,
Yeah.
what's the process of that?
You're right.
We're really going.
You're programming. Oh,
Our
yeah.
conversation.
Oh, 100%.
Just roller coasting.
I want to paint my AirPods orange so it looks like I'm wearing ear protection.
Okay. Don't they make cases for them?
They make skins.
Or skins? Sorry.
Yeah, they do. They don't look very good because they don't cover all of it. Like, I'd want everything to be like the safety orange.
Do you think Apple's going to come out with colored AirPods? Because they just came out with the colored iMacs.
Ooh, that would be sick, actually.
Dude, if my whole life becomes yellow, I'm
Could
blaming
you
Apple.
imagine?
That'd be kind of cool.
Well, that would actually be kind of dope, though, because then you could have, like, oh, these are obviously my work headphones, and these are my home headphones because my work headphones are red and my home headphones are green. Like,
Imagine having that problem.
right?
No, I think, well, I thought it was funny that Apple went back to colored, like, computers because remember, like, the first, like, real iMacs in the 90s were, like, bright blue and, like,
Oh, yeah.
orange, or it was, like, red and blue, and I think there was a green one.
Mhm.
And my mom had, like, the laptop version of it, and I was like, oh, it's so cool, we got the blue one.
The
And
clamshells?
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that, like, went away, and they're, like, silver. And we're like, oh. And now we're back to color. Like, I wonder, like, if it's, like, they're just recycling their, like, old ideas.
Well, because
They're,
it's...
like, nostalgia, because we're all old enough to get computers now.
Well, I think it's that, and I think it is exterior versus interior work. It is, this is what we can do inside of it, because when you're so focused on what the technology can do, everything went gray, right? Because you're like, the outside didn't matter, it's what the screen and what is inside of it that mattered. And then now, because they've like, they might be reaching a point where they're like, we can't think of as many things to do on the inside, let's flip it to the outside and see what we can do there.
We have the M1
Or they
chip
got an
now.
art department. We do have the M1 chip, which is sick because I want to know where they're all produced.
They're not produced through Intel, I can tell you that much.
Well, yeah, and they're pissed about
They
it.
were like,
yeah, bye.
they're like, bye, boom. Because they made contracts, like, they could only make, like, certain ones for, like, their other products. They couldn't use, like, the same or, like, similar with other products that they had. And so they're like, you what? I thought it was hilarious. Not gonna lie.
I'm happy that Apple did it because
It was long overdue.
it's nice to see something that's built for the system.
Yeah, there was some compatibility errors, I would say, within that. So they did that, and I was like, okay. And it runs fast because my Mac Mini has it, and I'm like,
Well, because it's built for Apple. That's the whole
I
point.
was like,
is that
wow.
like this is an Apple product,
I was like, it
like from the
works.
bottom up, kind of a thing.
We love that though.
I do. Do you see the new watches? Sorry, but do you see
No.
the new watches that are like all hard edges? So it's not.
Don't
like,
do that to me. I just bought this one.
Yeah, hard edges. Well, I mean, eventually we're going to be able to trade them in, and you can probably sell this on like Facebook Marketplace for the exact same that we bought it for, if not less.
Yeah.
So and like still make more. The thing that pisses me off is that I could sell it on a marketplace for more than I can trade it in with Apple.
True.
And I'm like, Apple.
Well, they undervalue
why?
it because they don't want to lose money. I mean, at that
Of
point, you're
course
losing
not.
money.
Yeah, but if I'm Apple, I'd want my own product back. Because I feel like I could do more with my own product stuff, right?
Do they really recycle it though? Like, what do they do with it? Because I don't believe that they recycle it.
No clue. They just kind of throw it off probably the top of the building.
I just imagine
for
like
fun.
they've like bought a volcano and then there's like some guy in the back just like
That's
throwing
sick.
out old
I like
iPhones.
that idea.
Those
Yeah.
are-
They just melt it down into base parts.
Okay. All right. You got any more?
Yeah. Would you ever think a cop car would have a headlight out?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I've seen a state trooper with his light out and he pulled over my mom
Oh, of course.
for her.
The
headlight.
light being out?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I think it would be great for an undercover cop car to have a headlight out because you would never assume.
Yeah. I mean, I
You
still
would
look at
see
I'm
it
like, oh,
and you'd be like,
yeah.
because like if I'm driving at night and I look behind me and I see the car with a headlight out behind me,
Like, that's not a cop.
I just put my foot right to the floor because it doesn't matter.
You terrify me with that Kia, dude.
When I turn the eco mode off, dude, she slaps, bro.
Please
Just
put that
goes.
on the t-shirt because
she
that's the most
goes. Not as much as like a Jag. Well, I got to drive an electric Jag. Holy.
When'd you get to do that?
Vista Balloons, the guy that owns that stuff. Yeah. He's got an electric Jag, and that guy just like you.
I would never buy a Jaguar.
I told him I could race him and win, though.
You did not.
I did. We didn't race because he was afraid to lose, obviously.
You have like this tiny little cube car.
Yeah.
And he's like pulling over the
Jag.
Oh my God.
What if I beat him, though? See, that's the thing. And I scared him. You want to know how I scared him? I was like...
You drove?
No, well, I mean, that is one, yes. I was also like, well, I could just hack my car so I could take the limiter off. You have a limiter. And he was like, oh. Because, like, I mean, if you could, right, and you got the right traction to tires, you could absolutely mess somebody up. Also, I want to know how we're going to hack electric cars, because it's going to happen.
Oh, people already hack cars.
Oh, I know.
My mom's model that she has she had a Dodge Journey, and I watched this, like, I think it was a Vice episode where this guy literally hacks into that car, and that car is not like all electrical, and he just like hacked it and then locked it and then drove it away, and he was like, "See?" Yeah. And then the interviewer was like, "Oh, can you hack my car?" And it's like, I think it was like probably like an early 2000s car where they just got like the screens, you know, and he hacked into it in like 2 minutes and then took her car. And she was like,
nice.
They did like the zoom in like of her face being like, just hacked her car. And I was like, oh my God. Happens. But did you see that there was a self-driving Tesla that got in a car accident on the highway.
Okay.
And they weren't paying attention and they weren't driving it. They were just like on their phones or something. Nailed the car. And they think somebody hacked the car to do that. Yeah, because like, how do you miss that? It's a whole car, unless all the sensors went down.
Yeah,
like simultaneously. They think someone hacked the car.
Would that be classified as domestic terrorism, or would you just call that like? What is that? Because it's felony of some kind. There's no way. Because like, if I crawled into your car and drove it into another person while we were going down the highway.
Reckless endangerment.
Okay. But that's like Grand Theft Auto level. Like,
I mean, cyber GTA. I don't know. That's
quite literally.
There's going to have to be something because the law hasn't caught up with like the internet even. So
true. Yeah.
But yeah, they think that somebody hacked into it. But that's, terrifying.
That is terrifying.
I would think Tesla would have a little more. I mean, maybe it could have been somebody from Tesla.
It could, yeah.
That's like on their iPad. They're like, meow, thinking they're like playing a game. They're like, ah.
That could be actually, yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Super interesting thing about Tesla cars that I thought about. With Tesla owning the Tesla cars and the infrastructure inside of the cars, which allows them to track the location of every single Tesla car, right? Tesla also has Tesla charging stations that they place everywhere, right? So I, as Tesla, have the location of every car that exists in the Tesla network. I can see where they all travel all of the time, and I can see where they stop for periods of time long enough to charge their car. So I know perfectly through the data of where to place my Tesla charging station, unlike where people had gas cars, right? Because no gas company, because think of it like this, right? You have a you have a Ford, right? Ford doesn't own gas stations. Yeah. Tesla owns gas stations for Teslas. They own the charging stations, right?
Okay.
Seems busted, in my opinion, because you have the data to be able to know exactly where to put it.
Well, Apple does the same thing with phones.
In what way?
They track your phones. They know
to know where you are. Yeah. But that doesn't help them sell phones, though.
I mean, I feel like they just put Apple stores in like more condensed spaces
where majority of Apple users are.
Because I don't see a freaking Apple store in Corvallis.
True.
I see the one that you can like get your stuff fixed, but I don't see like an
Apple store kind of a thing. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I mean, I feel like they do the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, those that have the location tracking do that. Yeah. When they have the location tracking. But it just seemed busted to me for like a company to be able to do that and then like know exactly where you're going to be for a certain amount of time, to know where to be like, hey, I can be right here. I'm here for you. which is nice.
I mean, there's good things and bad things, but like we're all being tracked anyway.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. So I'm like, please throw one in.
Yeah,
like,
just like see where I'm at.
The amount of money you can make though on owning a charging station. Oh my God.
I didn't even think about that.
Industrial level pricing for Oregon stuff, like right now, give or take, is about 6 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay. When you go to a charging station somewhere here, any of them that are in the area kind of a thing, they make you pay 50 to 49 cents per kilowatt hour to charge.
Oh, okay. So there's a huge
That's a
margin
90% like
Wow.
uptick where they're just like, that's profit.
I mean, damn.
90%?
That's crazy.
90? What?
Wow. People are greedy, man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But that's so much money when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like I calculated out that if you had like 8 charging stations at a certain thing and they were only getting used for like 8 hours a day, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a little bit absurd now, but probably not later on, right? You could make like 1 point something million a year just from the charging stations.
Why haven't
if the overhead done that? Well, because the initial cost is what's so high.
Okay, so what's
to put in the infrastructure is expensive. Like you got, well, I mean, it's not that expensive in comparison to like $1 million, but like
could you pay it off in like 1 year if you did it?
Yeah. Oh, easily. Yeah, because like the most you're probably going to pay is somewhere in the range of like $500,000 to $750,000 for infrastructure cost.
Okay, so do Tesla chargers charge other electric cars? Like, could you charge yours at a Tesla station?
I think some other chargers do, and if they don't, you could actually buy adapters. I think.
You pull out this big adapter, like
kunk,
and then you're like,
you just click it on. Yeah, exactly.
You're like, hold on, honey, I gotta get the adapter. And you're like, open the car, and you're like digging around for this adapter. I can see it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Tesla should put wood paneling on their cars.
Yes.
Yes. Because I'm down for that.
That'd be really interesting.
Change the color a little bit, do like a darker red, and do some wood paneling on the side.
Yeah, because they did the DeLorean thing.
Yeah.
But you could like take that a step further, and you could do that.
This could be like full-on Jetsons.
You could.
Just like, they had wood paneling on their cars.
Oh, imagine the Cybertruck with wood paneling, dude.
Oof, don't do me like that. They have this plastic like wood paneling they put inside cars now, and it pisses me off because it's not real wood pattern.
Yeah.
It is just some like, they're like brown, and then they go with like epoxy, and they're like wood paneling.
What's the one that was really popular that had wood paneling on it?
Subaru?
No. Like the name, is it a station wagon?
It was a station wagon.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you dropped a Cybertruck to the ground, would it look like a station wagon?
Yeah, with hard edges. It's like,
and then you put paneling on it, and then you paint it green.
Stop! I'm doing it.
Welcome to the future,
dude. It would be like we had a Subaru, and it had like this like strip of wood paneling, and I remember my dad being like so proud. He's like, "Yeah, we got wood paneling. We've made it." I'm like,
"That's sick.
Is that a sign of class? Because if so, put on."
Well, because there's some high quality wood, my guy.
Have you seen like the wood paneled boats?
Yes.
Those are clean, but they take forever to wash.
They do.
Forever.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because you're in water.
Yeah, but like, okay. They should make a boat like car wash. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
At docks, just like run it through.
That's a great idea, actually. A boat car wash.
That is a good idea.
Do they not? That doesn't exist.
No.
I haven't seen one.
No.
I mean, it might exist. One person might have done it so far.
Maybe one, but
like a boat car wash.
Like if you like
there's no automatic.
Like if you drove through it, like it would only hit the bottom because like you have the.
It just brushes underwater, right? Because you just got the thing as it
just
goes
make it like
through,
a big freaking barn.
Just...
You just like drive through. Yeah.
A boat car wash.
I was amazed when I found out there was gas stations on the docks.
Good idea.
I was like, "What is this?"
That. I like that. Gas station. Yeah, no, there are gas stations on the
dock.
dock.
Yeah, well, at Newport, there's that one, and there's like this old guy that runs it, and he cracks me up. He literally looks like a pirate. He's like,
oh, really?
And he talks
you have
like
to.
one.
I mean, if you're near the water,
I'm like,
be a pirate.
Is this for show or what? But like, I really think that he's
like, actually a pirate.
Yeah.
He's gonna plunder like everything.
I thought when I was a kid that he had a wood leg, like a wooden peg leg, because he would tap on the floor all the time, and it's wood. And I was like, Mom, he's got a peg leg.
He's got a peg leg.
She's like, shut up. What? I don't want to be insulting.
He's gonna make us walk the plank. Shut up.
Just like walk out there and just like drop in.
That's actually pretty sick, though.
That's pretty cool.
I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah. We should do that. We should write that down.
That's another one. I'm writing that down, actually. Hold on. Boat car wash.
I mean, a boat wash. What would you call it? What would you call it? It can't be a car wash.
Yeah, it's just a boat wash. You're right.
Boat wash?
Well, okay. You just delete
We got to come up with like a cool name.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's a boat wash.
It's a boat wash.
Let's be honest. That's what it is. They're all going to be called boat washes, right?
And call it the shiny ship.
Yeah. You could call it all
calling it the
kinds of
shiny
stuff.
ship. That's what I'm calling it.
The shiny ship.
The shiny ship.
The shiny ship. The shiny ship wash?
Yeah. That's it.
The shiny ship boat wash?
What's the abbreviation? Because it's gonna
SSBW.
Okay. That's
Okay,
fine.
another one on business ideas that might not exist yet.
Okay.
Hear me out. It's a restaurant where you have all the food delivered. There is no kitchen.
Yeah. So delivered from other places.
Yep.
So it's a park in a building
Yep.
with an address.
Yep.
That DoorDash will be like, "Yo, what's up?"
Yeah. And you sit down at this table, right? So
Yeah.
like, here's how I envision it in my mind.
Okay.
You and I go to this place, right? It is a table with a bunch of seats, right? It's got the classic, and it's either like super fancy, right? Like fine dining kind of thing.
Yeah.
You sit down.
Okay.
There's a QR code on the table, right?
Yeah.
You scan that bad boy, and it's every single restaurant within the city.
And then you pay a table fee.
And then,
That's how they make money.
yeah.
Ooh.
And then they all get delivered to that spot because that's where it's at. And there's just constantly people running because DoorDash already is door dashing, right?
Yeah.
So they just pick up your stuff and then bring it to you at this spot.
DoorDash should invest in that. Like,
Because that's just an empty space. Like, you don't
Yeah.
even have to.
and then you
just
can pay
need
like a table fee, which
Yeah.
is like a certain percentage of like all the food that you bought.
You need a bathroom, you
And
need
then-
tables, and you need a heater,
Yeah.
an AC, and then that's it. That's the space. Literally.
That'd be super cool if they had
money.
like instead of like, because there wouldn't be like that countertop area. If they just had big coolers that you could scan and then get a drink out of it. It knows what drink you took and then you pay for it.
Exactly. Because you could already have the drinks there,
Yeah.
right? I think that's a mad decent idea, which I haven't seen
That's
yet.
pretty good.
Because the
I
amount
wonder,
of like
yeah.
input for that is like low, like nothing. You could even do that on like a barren lot. You just literally get picnic tables, set them up,
That'd be a good idea for food cart.
and do that.
Like food courts, like they have those, and then at the table you just scan it and be like, I want that, and then someone brings it to you.
Literally. See?
That'd
Another
be good.
one.
DoorDash.
Yeah, figure that out.
What's another like version of DoorDash? There's a few others.
There's like
I can't think of any.
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats.
There is like
God.
Pop something.
And then all these places are doing their deliveries themselves now. Like Crumble Cookie does their deliveries.
Yep, and a lot of places deliver themselves. So like
Yeah.
you could literally have them deliver it to you, kind of a thing. Like pizza places would automatically deliver it for you.
Oh, pizza sounds so good right now.
Right. Deep breaths.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be like, I think that would be legit. And that costs literally nothing to the person because like you don't even have to have like, you don't have to worry about a kitchen and all the
Yeah.
kitchen costs. That's out.
You probably have to have like one person that comes in and does maintenance or like
Yeah,
just
cleans.
cleans the floor.
Yeah. You could have servers.
Yeah,
You
you
could still have, that would be f***ing nuts. You could
That'd be
still
cool.
have servers.
Yeah.
And then that way everything gets delivered to the server and then the server would bring it out to you.
That'd be cool.
And they could bring you water and all kinds of other things.
That'd be
But then
cool
at
if it
that
was
point,
like-
you're just drinks. It would be a bar. You can make it a bar at that point.
Yeah.
Is that legal? Because I know that like bars, right, you have to be able to serve food so that people don't like just get drunk with a thing. But like, is it legal to say my food is
Well, the option to buy food is there.
delivered?
I mean, the option to buy food is through that business,
The option
right?
to buy food is there.
So food's available.
Technically.
So that's a loophole.
Wow. Time to start a bar.
Time to start a bar. Well, we were going to.
That's true, yeah.
And
Well, we
then-
now have a better reason to start it. Because
Yeah.
now we could literally just buy an empty plot of land and throw picnic tables on it and call it a bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
You could.
How would that work?
I don't know.
Like, you have to be surrounded by restaurants, though. You have to be.
Yeah, you'd have to be in a downtown area, right? You'd have to put yourself somewhere that is like.
I wouldn't do Portland.
the middle of somewhere. You just find an empty lot.
Well, we could do a tester in Corvallis.
Like all over the place.
Corvallis probably has a spot.
Yeah, an empty lot probably somewhere right in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
We were just like, this is where we put it.
That would work. Especially for like students and stuff. Like
they wouldn't care.
No.
Not at all.
Man, I hated being at the library and them trying to deliver food to like the third floor and you're like, it's 2 a.m. I'm sorry.
Where is it?
Then they can't come in the building, so you gotta run outside.
Oh, yeah. That did suck.
That did suck. That one time our pizza.
See, but you could solve that.
Well, remember when our pizza was returned and then they're like, we didn't see you, and like we were out there for like an hour.
Yeah. And you're like, you didn't even show up. Like, let's be honest.
I was like, don't lie to me. Like I could walk to.
Yeah.
I think it was like Domino's or something.
Truly, yeah. It was super close.
That would be nice though. That would be nice. That would have been a nice alternative.
Exactly. And you just sit there. And then, like, obviously, you can slowly upgrade that from, like, picnic tables to, like, an actual, like, under thing to eventually it's just a big warehouse building that's, like, an empty space. And then you can host events in there.
Dude, strip clubs should do it.
Interesting. Just cut out the, like, food portion of the strip club so they can have more poles.
Yeah, and then you, like, scan the poles and then you tip them.
And then
you're just like, here, I don't have actual money. So.
And then the food is there.
And then they, like, make it rain based on how much you put in.
Interesting.
So like one guy donates like $1 and it's like,
and it just falls from the ceiling. That'd be kind of sad if you only donated $1 and like.
Well, I mean, it would be funny. I think
it was like,
but they probably wouldn't do it because it'd be embarrassing just to donate $1, right? So that, but they'd probably be like, give me like 20.
At least 5.
At least,
because then at least there's some like some distraction. I can't look at 5 things.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I don't go to strip clubs, but you should do that.
Yeah, we're just innovating for things we've never been to at this point.
I think it would work. Scan it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great idea.
Damn, that's good.
Right?
Because you can implement that anywhere.
Oh, 100%. You're going to have to bleep this, but...
Leo's going to have to cut so much of this. I'm sorry. Okay. There's so much to unpack with that. You know, I'm just not even gonna. I'm just gonna leave it.
Good idea.
Good idea. Have you seen the movie Paul?
Yeah.
With the not the robot, but the alien.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Are they looking?" That's my favorite scene. That's cinematic genius.
Are they looking? Are they looking? I love those guys. They make Sean. It's
I can't remember their names.
Is his name Sean?
No. Yeah. I don't know why I want to say Shane. It's not Shane.
Yeah.
I can't remember the names.
But it is.
Those two are always in movies. Yeah. It was a great. I saw it when I was a kid.
Really good ones because I think he's the one that writes them, right?
Yeah,
or
I think they
puts them together,
both,
directs them, and does the whole thing because they're good.
Well, I remember seeing Paul in theaters when I was like a kid, and then my mom found out because my aunt took me, and she was like, "You saw what?" And I was like, "Paul, it's about an alien." He shakes his and then she's like, "Cool."
Yeah.
And then she was pissed, so then I bought it on DVD to have at her house.
Yeah, because that's the
Mom.
The logical thing to do.
I mean,
just piss her off more. Like
I could go to my dad's. It's fine.
It's so bad.
Hey, it is what it is. But okay. What?
Nothing. It's funny as hell.
Okay. I have Simpsons future predicting.
They do that a lot.
They do too much, and I'm concerned.
I mean, but if you make that many episodes, like, aren't you eventually going to get something right?
Yeah, but, like, one thing. They've had, like, 40 at least that are, like, line up really well. Like, 9/11. Like...
Yeah, that makes sense.
Trump being president.
Yeah.
The exact scene of him going down the freaking escalator.
Yeah.
Like, that was a little, like... Somebody knows something.
Yeah.
I was like...
Okay.
But now I'm afraid to watch The Simpsons because of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen those future predictions, and I've never watched The Simpsons at all.
I watched it growing up, so, like, I was like, okay, whatever. And then they're like, oh, my God, in this episode, there's a poster. And I'm like, okay, that's eh. But, like, legit scenes that, like, happen, I'm like... Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute.
Stop. Like, when Trump became president, I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but they also had one where he was, like, dead, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
so
is that creative stuff, or is that, like, future still to happen.
I think in the episode he died while he was president, so that did not happen.
So he'd have to be president again.
Unless he becomes president again, which is a high possibility, I think.
I mean, he's already been one for 4 years, so he technically has another 4-year term without being maxed on his stuff.
I'm not going to get political.
It's probably not a bad idea.
But maybe.
How many other presidents, are there any other presidents that have been presidents recently that have only served a 4-year term that could come back again? Like a round 2?
I don't think so. Because
I don't know enough about presidents.
Bill Clinton did 2.
We need to hit our boy Tristan.
Yeah, Tristan, where is
trivia.
he?
Leave it in the thing. I need to know. Are there any presidents still alive?
George W. Bush, didn't he do 2 as well?
Yeah.
Because then Obama. And then Obama.
And Obama did 2.
And then we had Trump.
Yeah. I think Clinton did 2.
Yeah, he did. I can't wait for that Monica Lewinsky movie to come out. Oh my God.
I missed that trailer.
I know. It's called Impeachment. And I'm like, and she's directing it.
Yeah.
So Hillary's just like,
that's interesting.
Like, Hillary Clinton's probably just like rocking back and forth.
Do you feel like she's a good director though?
No, she's not a director, but like she's gonna be like, he did this, and like it's gonna be one-sided, and it's gonna piss a lot of people off.
I want to know who the other director is on that.
I want to know who's acting as Hillary Clinton. Because it could be who does it on SNL. Yeah, because
that's so true though.
Yeah, like why would you?
Like why not?
Please. That'd be so great because she's just so easy to make fun of. I'm sorry, but like,
yeah, but I don't see. But that's the problem with mixing those two genres together. Would be that it's not a comedy.
It's not. The trailer is definitely not a comedy.
Yeah,
and she's very much like, this is what happened, dun dun, and then like it ends with, I did not have sexual relations with that woman, and I'm like, my mind instantly goes to that G-Eazy song where he uses that clip, and I'm just like, wow, yeah, culture. That's culture. Love it. I texted my mom. She's like, no way. She's directing it.
It's like, no, it's happening.
I wonder how many other people are going to be like, oh, if she can direct it about that, then I'm going to do mine.
Ooh, interesting. You have to have a big enough story, though.
I mean,
and like Monica Lewinsky got huge.
Yeah.
Like how many other scandal stories have been Monica Lewinsky big?
I think if that movie came out before the election, that Hillary Clinton wouldn't even been considered as potential.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because that's kind of bad PR.
It's a marketing thing?
Kind of. I guess it could have gone the other way.
Do you think the movie is funded by people that don't want to see Hillary become president?
Well, yeah, probably. I would think so. I mean, how do movies get funded? It's usually by like companies, right? Or like
yeah, there's obviously someone's investing in it. You don't just get money out of nowhere. Like,
I wonder if that's why she's doing it, is because she's broke and not getting enough attention.
Monica Lewinsky?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, she sold
Have you seen some of her
movie. Yeah.
I think it was her.
I mean, like, wouldn't you do it though?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
like, if you were part of a scandal and somebody came to you and they're like, "Hey, let's make a movie."
You bet if I was in the FBI, that's probably why I'd never be hired by the government. But I'm just saying, I'd be like, "Make a movie."
Yeah.
Write the down.
Like, put it in.
Yeah.
Jump it in there.
Tristan, he needs to like get up higher, and then like Texas, like the would go down. I'd be like out there filming.
And interesting. Yeah. That could work.
What if
I think that's kind of insider knowledge, though. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. What if he actually becomes president?
If he actually becomes president, he will be president.
He will be president.
Yeah,
but
it's going to happen. Like, it's not even like an eventuality. Like, it's just like time.
Where do you think he should run for like a governor, though?
How does he need to run for? I mean, it's just you have to design a marketing campaign for that, because it's like you're designing a person who the United States as a whole will, in at least 51% majority, vote for.
Do you think there's gonna be a movie about Trump?
Yeah, eventually. There's gotta be.
Do you think
there's already books? I base it off of books. Like, if you write a book about it, you have a chance.
Books
to make
right
a movie
now are
out
terrible.
I agree.
Terrible. Okay, so it's either about politics,
yeah,
or it's about like point of view from like a woman and her story, which is totally fine. Yeah. But that's all there is. Yeah. But it's like it's that, and then it's like racism and like both sides, and like, which is totally fine. But that's all there is.
Some good books that I've read recently that aren't those two. One of them was The Beginning of Infinity. That one,
you've talked about that.
Yeah, Super good. Highly recommend reading. The other one was Being in Motion, which I'm listening to the audiobook for right now.
Yeah, I think you recommended that one too.
That's super good.
Yeah.
What else has been really good recently? Read The 48 Laws of Power. That's a really good one if you get a chance.
Yeah, your brother said he read that.
Yeah. I don't know if I believe that, but like...
He was talking about it at a party, so
yeah,
I don't know.
Of course.
He probably just like looked through the chapter. He's like, oh, it's named that. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not that hard when you think about it. Like 48 Laws. You're just like...
I'm like, I've never read it. Sure, whatever you say is fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Those are 3 decent books that I've read recently.
But then you're right. The correlation between like those types of books and movies right now.
Yeah, well, that's the weird thing too. Is like, how would you make a movie about the beginning of infinity, like a nonfiction book, right? How would you make a movie about something that teaches you something, right?
I mean,
if you were doing it in a cinematic, like...
I mean, Christians do it pretty well.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying.
But that's about Jesus,
yeah,
right? And the whole, like, that's more of like a story, right? That has like characters and people and like that kind of a thing. It's not like a...
well, okay, I beg to differ on that one, but...
Well, like, what... Because there are characters, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, okay.
What part do you disagree with in that?
I mean, I feel like there's like shows that talk about like the Bible and like go over that and like dive deeper into it, and then there's a new movie coming out. I think it's called like It's like the date is the name of the movie, but it's about like the writings and the translations of it, and I think that's like informational, and there's not like characters.
Oh yeah, well I feel like that's more. What is that? Is it etymology? It's like the study of words.
Study of knowledge. That's that.
Is it what etymology is? Yeah. I can't remember. There's
it's
one
study of knowledge.
That's what it sounds like. It sounds like that's what the movie would be about, kind of thing, or linguistic like study.
Yeah. So that point, I mean, it would be a documentary.
But it's still people, which is interesting because it's like obviously someone had to write it and then like take the creative freedom to be like, this is what they meant by that passage, and then write it in that way.
Yeah, I mean, everything's just a translation language.
Copy makes paste, baby.
He needs to drop the logo in there right at that time. Leo, do that, please. Thank you.
No, but that's what it would be. Like you would just...
I think there's more documentaries in like the film industry right now than anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
Than like actual stories?
Yeah. Okay, if you think about it, we've been in a pandemic for 2 years now?
Yeah.
2.5?
Yeah.
And all you see is documentaries constantly. I mean, there's movies. Like there's actual like movies, but like there's so many documentaries or like historical dramas that it's like, write something original, please. Yeah. Like Free Guy was so good. I was like, oh, I was getting Lego movie vibes in the first like 20 minutes of it though, and then it was like, okay, they took a turn because he wasn't aware that it was like he just did the same
in a thing. I was like, which makes sense.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But I've also seen the Lego movie 100 times, so I'm like,
yeah. So
and then I'm like, okay, there we go. Like, there's the switch. And then
could you literally, like, scene for scene?
Oh, I could, yeah.
Cut it over to Free Guy?
Yeah. Oh, the beginning where he does the same thing every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, and his monologue with it? Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
What if movie blocking is just, like, taking your favorite movies and then cutting it into parts and then stitching those parts together and then calling it something new?
Okay, interesting. Disney used to do that with animation when they would draw scenes.
Yeah.
They would use the same, like, scene, and then they would just they'd have the outline of it, and then they'd recolor it for different movies. Like Jungle Book and, like, Winnie the Pooh have, like, the same, like, hill scene, and, like, Snow White and I think it's Cinderella have the same, like, castle beginning. But they're just different colors, so we don't notice.
So maybe that's the movie copy makes paste. That's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah, that's what Disney used to do all the time.
And then cutting
and they did the same with, like, movement patterns. So, like, when Mowgli in Jungle Book is, like, running up something, like, they use the same running scene, like, all the
So they must do it for, like, other scenes and, like, whole things and, like,
I think especially with the amount of work that goes into animation now, because you're not just drawing it anymore. You're, like, literally connecting, like, actual... It's insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
But Ryan Reynolds did a good job on the most recent one. Mm-hmm. Also, he's just a funny guy, so worth keeping around. So it's like...
Oh, yeah. It was a good movie.
Yeah.
It was like... The ending.
Oh, so good.
I won't spoil it, but like, go see the movie.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see a movie, because I used to go see movies all the time.
A dramatic ending. Surprisingly dramatic.
Very dramatic.
For what it was.
I thought it was very like, oh, everybody lives happily ever after. Because, like, we need that right now.
Yeah. Truly.
And we're all like, okay, back to the pandemic.
Yeah. That's fine.
No, it's fine.
It's fine. fine.
We're all shutting down again.
What other movies are coming out that we're excited about?
Oh, I'm excited about The Dispatch. Wes Anderson's new film.
I haven't heard about
It's
that.
got.
You showed me the poster.
Yeah, it's got all. So it's got Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And like Wes Anderson has like this group of actors that just are in every single movie. And then he's got Timothy Chalamet. He's one of the main characters in it. And it's like basically about like a French newspaper. And the way, I don't know if you've seen Wes Anderson movies, but they're like symmetry. Yeah. It's constant symmetry. And the color schemes, chef's kiss. Like if my life could be a movie, I'd want it to be a Wes Anderson movie because it's just like super great.
So nice.
But I'm excited to see that. That comes out October. So it was supposed to come out last year, but
interesting.
COVID.
I'd like to see Wes Anderson make like a future movie, like a sci-fi one.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think, well...
Because he normally does, like, age pieces.
Yeah,
like he goes back in time. Yeah. Or, like, current stuff, right? But, like...
Yeah, I feel like there's, like, a
very analog is how I would describe his...
Yes, I would feel like all his movies are within one specific timeline, and the style of that is just, like, I would say, like, 60s, and, like, how everything was just, like, so, like, colored and, like, patternized and everything, so... Yeah.
But I'm trying to imagine that, like a Wes Anderson sci-fi.
I think he could do it. I mean, he did the Isle of Dogs.
True.
It's kind of futuristic a little bit, but not really.
Is it?
I mean, kind of. They're like scientists and stuff.
True. Okay. Yeah.
But like, I mean, that's not really like future like what you're thinking
it's
probably.
Not,
so I think he could do it. I think he would do like a stop motion animation one. I don't think
he
would do like
a live action with people kind of a thing.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting though, because I haven't seen the Wes Anderson of sci-fi yet.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Because I don't think that I haven't seen those movies. That hasn't existed yet. Which it seems like it should at this point because of how far along. You know what I could see actually being like a Wes Anderson equivalent of sci-fi would be Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I could also see. Did you see that Netflix is doing a live adaptation of Cowboy Bebop?
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, soon. Like
okay.
It's coming out here like September something.
Okay.
Is when it's supposed to come out.
Huh.
So like,
yeah, I can see that. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm super stoked.
I would think that Treasure Planet. I think Wes Anderson could do like something really cool with that.
Interesting.
I think that would be neat.
I don't think the vibe would be the same.
No,
but I think
it would be his vibe because he's got
obviously the Wes Anderson vibe.
Yeah, like he's got his own vibe.
That
But like that would be sick. That would be really cool.
That would. I'd watch that.
I would too. Please do it. I'm a big fan.
Hell yeah.
My mom's literally making me a Wes Anderson quilt because I got all the fabrics from all the movies. It's happening. Love it.
All the movies.
All the movies.
All the movies?
Yep.
That's a lot.
It is.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. We're at 53 minutes, so do you think we could wrap this one up?
Yeah, I've got two short ones for you.
Okay.
One, why do you use high beams?
So I can see better.
Can't see better with your regular one? Because you're just.
I can see farther with my high beams.
You're just an asshole if there's ever a car coming.
Yeah.
When you use your high beams.
Exactly.
So why use them?
I mean, okay, there's two uses for high beams, right? Okay, one use is to show people if you do it twice, there's a cop ahead. So it warns them.
Okay.
Okay. That's a good one.
That's a good use.
It is a good use.
That's a good use.
Saved me many times.
It's an okay one because they're not on all the time.
Yeah. And then the second one would be to see farther out or wider out because you can see deer. You can see their eyes reflect.
So if there's something that's going to jump in front of your car.
Yeah. I never use them if I'm in like a city.
Yeah.
Like I'll never use them in
because you don't even need
back
like
roads. Absolutely.
Cities now, I feel like you just turn off your headlights and drive around.
Might as well. I'm surprised that we haven't redone roads to where there's lights on the side and in the like cement. Like there's light strips on the side that show like instead of like the like strips, they're lights. Why haven't we done that?
That's a really good idea because the turtles could actually be little lights. Like you could put little like solar panels on top of the turtles, and then you could put little LEDs that would shine out on the like.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Why haven't we done that?
You could do that anywhere. Like you could do that even on like country roads.
I have so many ideas for redoing roads. Like I need to talk to somebody.
Oh my god! Imagine the shot from space of now all of the roads having lights on the turtles.
That'd be cool.
You could see the whole network.
I was waiting for them to do like roads that have solar panels in them and a totally new material that doesn't get hot.
Yeah, we tried the solar road thing.
Yeah,
it
then
didn't work.
China tried the new material where it's more like a track, and it like did not work.
I need to create the solar turtle because that's a great idea. We're innovating on this podcast.
But they should really redo roads with more lights. Or at least something. I don't know. They need to come up with a new material that like doesn't create potholes. Which brings me to my last point.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Potholes are definitely paid for by tire companies to keep. Like keep the roads. My theory is that they're like
lobbying.
Les Schwab is like, listen, I know you're gonna repave this road. Put the amount of cement here, so it'll create the pothole again. So then people pop their tires on it. Because here's my proof. When I go out towards Mount Angel, there's that long stretch of road, okay? They repaved the entire thing except for this one section. They both meet up, all new road. One section, there's this huge pothole.
Yeah.
It is massive, and they just left it. Unpaved. There's no way. Because it's like a mile each way of new pavement, except for this one singular area.
Okay, what if they're like, we're going to come back and get it later?
It's been 2 months.
Okay, well, they do move slowly. So...
How would you, like... Okay.
Maybe...
No, Les Schwab was like, I'll pay you $1 million. Just pop tires on this shit. Well, I don't know. Like, think about it. Like, here's the government. Like, keep these potholes in these sections.
Interesting. I just don't see the...
There has to be.
Like, yes, I see that.
There's so many potholes.
But, like, imagine your job being lobbying to keep potholes.
Well, I mean, business. Okay, think about it. Like, how many people pop their tires on potholes a year? In Portland, a lot. Like, because their roads are...
But they also pop them on, like, curbs and all kinds of things. But, like, as far as potholes are concerned, yes, that is correct.
Yes.
But there's also, like, just crappy parts of the road. Like, ground is weird, dude. Like, you have no idea what's going on underneath that.
Well, okay, but also, like... It's illegal to fill potholes on your own.
Domino's does it. Nice job, Domino's. We're proud of you.
Isn't there there's like a secret underground? They call themselves like the underground pothole something. Mm-hmm. They like fill potholes after work, and then they get like tickets all the time. I'm like, just use the money to fill the potholes. Like, at that point, like, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
well, you could. That makes sense.
I don't know.
I'm with it. It's a great idea. Oh, the last one. A petition to call turtles rare reptilian water beetles from now on.